Hey, beauties. I wanted to share something really fun with you during this incredible time of uncertainty. Every day I offer a quick little 30-minute session. It's free. Anybody can show up. It's called Define Your Destiny. And I recorded one of the sessions so you could actually hear what it's about. And it's kind of just a glimpse of one perspective, because every day it's a little bit differently. Sometimes we do a meditation together. Sometimes we do healing work together. Sometimes we talk. It's all different kinds of things. But I wanted to share this experience with you because there's this sweet little meditation, and it might bring a little bit of joy and solidarity to your life and help you feel a little bit more light-filled and grounded and filled up. So enjoy the show. You are listening to the Ultimate Biohack for Women, a movement of women who know what they want and go get it. You know the answers lie within. Reach in and grab hold. This is a movement of women who tune in and turn themselves on. Now you're biohacking the woman's way, integrating the art and science of hacking your biology like a woman. Tap your magic, conjure your yes, upgrade, elevate, maximize your potential. I'm Dr. Brandy Victory, and this is a movement that is sure to hack your soul. Wow, that's cool. So You're listening to your own advice.
Absolutely.
That's very cool. Right on. Nice. Well, it's good to have you both here. I host this so that we just have a place for people to come when they're feeling like they need some guidance or some direction, or just want to connect into a group of people who are maybe doing things a little bit differently. Lately, I'm pretty bold about standing up for what I believe in, and I'm really excited about this time of humanity. Really, it's really giving us a grand opportunity to slow down and to consider what is important to us and to really start to stand up for that. And, some people have told me to stop sharing, that I shouldn't be doing that I'm giving people, false information, and I'm not qualified, but the reality is that those are the people that are living in fear. Those are the people that feel like, actually, I've spoken to a few, like a woman I spoke to the other day. Her husband kind of went off the deep end, and he started sleeping in a whole different house. They have another house, and they started sleeping in a different house, and he thought their whole family was going to get it. And it's just this like rolling ball of snow that's tumbling downhill and gathering more snow as it goes. And then by the time it reaches the bottom of the hill, it crashes, right? And then there's this explosion. And this is happening over and over and over again. I was in a networking meeting last night, and I could feel like this overarching anxiety, Liz, like you were saying, anxiety and concern. And here I was actually a little bit nervous because I was hoping they would ask me to go last, because they were like, let's check in. How are you all doing with the coronavirus? And I was like, okay, pick me last, because I know that my perspective is way different than everyone else's. And I don't want anyone to feel, I don't know, like they have to, I don't know. I just didn't want to make people feel weird about their response after they hear my response, right? And so I was withheld a little bit for a second, and then I was like, screw it, like this is the truth. This is the truth about how I feel about it. I'm really happy that we as humanity get a moment to stop. We get a moment to slow down. That we get a moment to stop giving our power away to our to-do list, and to actually begin to honor what's really, really important. And sometimes that takes a big tragedy or a big event or anxiety, right, to pull us out of that. So we have to stop, and we have to ask, I'm not by any means suggesting ignore your feelings. I'm not saying your feelings aren't important and shouldn't be heard and felt and acknowledged. Absolutely do that. That is so, so vital. They're there for a reason, and we always have to listen to that. I mean, my primary teaching is inner voice. Like that's where our wisdom's at. And so if we're feeling a feeling like anxiety or overwhelm or depression or fear, you got to listen to that, because maybe there is something there for you to be heard, something that wants to be heard. Maybe it's, your little child from 6 years old who felt abandoned or something, and now, or had sick or was sick or had a parent that was sick and died, of course, this could raise up so many things. And, as I'm saying this, I do want to also acknowledge the truth that I also hold very deeply in my heart and my prayers every single day, the people who are affected by this, which is every single person on the planet, and especially the people who are dying, their families, people that are in need, people that don't have enough, that need help, that don't have support, the seniors in our world that don't have people helping them going to the grocery store and things like that. Because goodness knows, if I was in a different age range, I would be feeling a little bit different and living my life a little bit differently than I am now. I'm like, I have no fear whatsoever around it and getting it. But if I was a little bit older, I'd be a little bit more cautious. I don't want to live in the fear, but I would be a little bit more cautious, right? So I've reached out to a few people in my neighborhood that I know that are in that age range to ask if they need anything, so I could go down to the store for them and things like that. So, when we're in these kinds of conditions, everybody's going to respond differently. And I think it's so important to honor everybody's response and to look at our own response and ask why we're responding that way. And is there anything we can do to lift ourselves up, to bring ourselves up just a notch, right? There's no necessarily agenda other than feeling better than we feel now, right? Yeah. So that's what I just want to kind of share with you here, is this opportunity to lift ourselves up. I think when we come together as a group, we have more power than we do when we're doing it on our own. And so it's just awesome to have you here to do this with me. So thank you. Awesome. So let's just start by closing our eyes and taking a deep breath. Nice. Let's do that again. Deep breath. And again. And just allow yourself to come into your center, to settle down from the head space, from the analytical you, from the outward projection of yourself and vibrational plugged in self to the world, and plugging back in to your core. And allowing your body to soften, feeling your feet on the floor or your back in the chair. And move a little more deeply into your center. And letting go. Letting go of the stories. Letting go of other people's stories. Letting go of the what ifs, or the should haves, or the could haves. And tapping into that place of stillness within your core. That place of silence. That place of infinite expansion. There's no end to your truth. Allow your breath to move into your back body, all the way down to the soles of your feet. And just notice how that brings you even more deeply into your center. And bringing your attention to your heart space. That place that knows the truth of your love. And imagine a bright white light in the center of your heart. And allow your breath to expand that light so that the light becomes bigger and brighter with every breath. Continue expanding that light that emanates from your heart to encompass your entire body, your back, your front, your sides, your arms and your legs, your neck and your head, even the skin upon your face. And continue to allow your breath to expand the brightness of that light. As that light grows to encompass your field. So kind of like an egg-shaped shield around your body, lighting up your entire field. Feeling your feet on the floor. And feeling yourself surrounded by this light. Remembering this is your light. And it's love. And it's protective. And it's discerning. And it knows truth. You are this light. Allow your breath to deepen. And acknowledging the power of your light. So I'm going to invite you into a new space. It may be really revealing. So from this centered place, allow your energy and awareness to move down into the earth. Allow yourself to move down below the surface. You don't have to go all the way to the center of the core of the earth or the heart of the earth. This is where I usually take people, but we're just going below the surface. And notice the vibration here. You may notice that there's a little shift from what's above the surface. You may notice a sense of serenity, calm, peace, deep in these layers of the earth. Allow that sense of serenity and calm and peace to come into your own field, to come into your own body, to come into your own heart. And stay there as long as you need. If you feel comfortable there, stay there. And know that you can come here anytime. And when you're ready, coming back into your own body, staying connected to this sense of peace, calm, and serenity. As you breathe fullness into your belly, into your back, into your feet, and begin to open your eyes. Thank you for listening to the Ultimate Biohack for Women. If you'd like to dive deeper with our tribe, join us on Facebook or Instagram. And if you'd like to help grow our tribe, share this episode with your friends. Let's bring this light to our community so that other women can know their true power and we can create a tribe together worth being in.
This podcast is for information purposes only. Dr. Brandy Victory is not a medical doctor, and the views and statements expressed on this podcast are not medical advice. This podcast, including Dr. Brandy Victory and the producers, disclaim responsibility from any possible adverse effects from the use of information contained herein. Opinions of guests are their own, and this podcast does not endorse or accept responsibility for statements made by guests. This podcast does not make any representations or warranties about guest qualifications or credibility. This podcast may contain paid endorsements and advertisements for products or services. Individuals on this podcast may have a direct or indirect financial interest in products or services referred to herein. If you think you have a medical problem, consult a licensed physician.